in my opinion, the best way to learn something is through apprenticeship. The absolute best way to learn something is through apprenticeship. It's where you can watch the master do. Then you get the privilege of doing it with the master. And then he or she then says, hey, go do it by yourself. And then the next step is, can you teach someone else to do what you have now done? And this becomes the absolute best way to gain more assets, is to put yourself in as close proximity as you can to that master. Because remember, he or she was once a disaster, they're not today. And what you are seeing is the result of, in some cases, decades of work. And you think their decades of work can be duplicated and you can get a similar result by watching 15 YouTube videos over 3 months. And you're wondering, how come it's not working for me? See, this is where I need to remind you of something that we, right here. Before, please hear that. Before something works for you, it first, meaning the beginning, works on you. Before something works for you, it first works on you. Most people don't let it work on them enough and they quit. That's what happens. They are so focused on it working for them, they don't realize that it's working on them, helping them to see things differently, become a different person. They're developing the muscle. Mind you, they've never done it before. They can barely bench press just the bar, but they're wondering why they cannot bench press 500 pounds. Well, it might have something to do with the fact that you are out of practice. But this is the case when it comes to business as well. That skill set has to be developed in order to then have this asset. Notice, so you can have the best tool set. You got to develop the best skill set. No one can give it to you. Many of you right now, you would love for me to be on the phone talking to your people who could raise capital, or who a landlord that could say, yes, you want that. You're like, cool, if I could just get Jay to do it for me. That doesn't build your skill set, okay? But understand, I've said all of this so that we could together focus over here on mindset. See, if you don't want to be a thing, if you don't want to be the person who has the assets, then none of this matters. It's just like none of it. It just literally doesn't matter. Okay, but you have to develop that mindset. That's not something I can give you. Let me show it to you in a slightly different way, because I know what some of you are doing right now is you're getting impatient. But that's okay. That's not my problem. I just want to say this to you. Here, you're here today because you want more of something. I just don't know what. Maybe you don't know what, but you want more of it. I don't care what it is. You just want more of it. You want to have more of something, have a better health, have better friends, have more money, have more assets, have more vacations, have more time with your kids, have more time with your relatives, have more parents, have more nonprofits, have more causes that you can serve, have more, whatever it is. You want to have more of something. Watch, I need you to hear this, okay? I need you to hear this. Your desire to have is God-given. It's innate, it's there, it's there. You desire to have more. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. Because here's the thing, when grand design, when you just finally go, you know what, I do want that, then you become willing to do more. Then you become willing to do more. So this desire to have inspires doing, because the one thing you know is that what you are doing does not get you what you would like to have. This is what you know instinctively. We already know, hey, what I'm currently doing is not getting me what I would like to have. I need to do something different. And we start seeking a way to do something different, which is fine. And it doesn't matter what it is, but we seek to do something different. Here's the challenge. We've all been programmed to be against what's for us. Meaning the things that we know we should do, we're against that. And we're for what's actually holding us back. We're for that. I'm for watching TV. You want me to read a book? I'm for education, but I already went to college. You want me to learn more? I'm for making money, but you mean I gotta do something other than work my job? I'm for a healthy lifestyle, but an apple chocolate cake. Apple chocolate cake. I'm taking the chocolate cake. Okay? But do you hear what I'm saying? We are programmed to be for, support what's against us. Oh, you need to make money? You should go get a job, bro. Oh, you don't have enough money? Why don't you go back to school so you can get a better job, bro? Got it. Okay, so you got 2 degrees now? Great. So, yeah, and you still need more? Oh, how about you, you know what? You just got to spend less. Oh, got it. So you want to retire? Cool, great. Well, you're gonna have to find another way to make some more money. Maybe you need another job, bro. Do you see how that gets very circular? Okay, do you understand? We get inspired to have more, which means we're now willing to do more. But the challenge is when most of the time when we're trying to do more, we just do more of the same thing that already was proven to not work. We've already proved it didn't work. So let me do more of it. Hey, I had a job, I got laid off or fired. I know, let me go get another job. It'll be different this time. But that's what we do. Now understand this, in this case, where are we? Yes, in this case, have is an output. Well, in order to change the output, what I get, I have to change my input. So do is an input to have. So I do different. But here's the thing. In order to be willing to do almost anything, we must first be. And be is the input to doing. See, until you want to be generous, you may not give. Until you want to be generous, you do not give. And because you do not give, you do not have, in some cases, that satisfaction of significance from helping another human being. But you want to feel this, but you don't want to do that, and you can't do this, because I don't want to do, do you see the connection? Be, do, have. It's always been there, always been in front of us, but it's your desire to be a more significant individual that drives it all. And it must be based over here. Because you and I, we will not perform consistently, and consistency is what's needed. You only call on businesses that are reliable, therefore consistent. That you and I cannot perform consistently that is inconsistent with who we hold ourselves to be. Period. Okay? You can't do it. It's just not possible. And what ends up happening is that we get stuck without realizing what it is that we need to do in order to have the next version of whatever it is that we're after. See, all of us are on this scale right here. There's some level, you have some level of something right now, but you want more. And that's how it starts. You have some level of something. All of us do. I do. We all have some level of it right now, but you want more. And that wanting more gets you inspired to do something or do more. You're doing some level of something right now, but you've already proven that what you're currently doing isn't completely working. And then what happens is that you're like, why am I doing this? You gotta be the thing. Now, what are these things? What is the super secret ingredient that helps here? Here come some words that are going to, depending on, again, your framing is going to shape how you see this. See, in order to have more, you need to give yourself more opportunity to have more. It doesn't just happen. It's because for a long time now, I have been doing certain actions, generating leads, creating content, helping other individuals, being of service where I can, teaching, training, and helping people, and providing clean, safe, affordable housing, and doing that. Because I've been doing that for a while, I get access to more opportunities. I give myself more opportunities to buy a hotel today. When I first started, it wasn't hotels, it was single family houses. Then it became bunches of single family houses. Then it became, what did we do? Then it became mortgage notes is what the opportunity then it became apartment buildings. Then it became commercial buildings. Then it became cell phone towers. Then for a while, I was looking at franchises like El Pollo Loco, and laundromats, right? That never really went like I had hoped over here, so that didn't work. But then I found out about hospitality and hotels, and this is where I've planted that flag to help others, because what happens inside of this space is like none other. And so now I focus on creating and giving myself more opportunities around hotels, around more short-term rentals, which means I talk to builders as a part of a way to give myself opportunity. Does that mean, Jay, are you saying I should go talk to builders today? Sure, you could. That doesn't mean they're gonna work with you, because you may not yet be the person that they find reliable enough to work with. So what it comes down to is that in order to give myself more opportunities, I had to do more. But I'm not saying do more for the sake of saying just doing more, working harder, because that's what we're told. Trained, do more. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Like, what? What I prefer and what I think makes more sense is to use ingenuity. Don't just try again, try differently. Don't just try again, try differently. Remember what earlier I gave you option A, where you have your labor, and then option B, you also have labor. You went to school, you take your labor and you give it to a job, or you take your labor and build assets. Still labor, still working. One person is focused on go to the job, get the money. The other person says, okay, before I get the money, I gotta build the assets. And they have an extra step, if you will, before they get the money. But see, there's also a different benefit, right? Sure, that's quick, right? That's what it seems. But you know what this is? This is a single point of failure. Lose the job, everything else goes. And now that's not news. It's not news to any of you. You know this already. That's like, oh yeah, Jay, I had that happen. In fact, that's why I'm here. I never want that to happen again. I agree. You shouldn't want that to happen again. Single point of failure. But over here, I'm saying, hey, let's use your work. So you're still gonna get up, still do the thing. But now we're gonna build assets so that when you can't work, the assets still bring in the income. So when you're on vacation, it's like you're still working. You don't have to come back. You can take more than 2 weeks if you want, because you did the work which required you to, yes, do more, but use ingenuity. And here's the fun part about today's marketplace, is that you don't have to rely upon your own ingenuity. You can borrow somebody else's ingenuity because they'll sell it to you, like we do. Hey, here's how you can do that. And then here's the thing, because we have programming to deal with. That's the problem. And I've been dealing with that since we started. Programming to deal with. What you have to be is intentional. You cannot, will not just join a thing and then become or have the result of those things without the intentionality that goes with it. You can't, it's just not gonna happen, I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. You can join all the gyms you want. That's not going to make you lose weight. You still have to follow. That means you have to take, because here's the thing, I don't know if you realize this, but yet, let me remind you, You have 24 hours in a day. Your body will force you to sleep. Force you to sleep. Yeah, you can't, so it's unsustainable to just never sleep. That's what I'm going to do. No, you can't. It will eventually force you to sleep. You have to, okay? Or you'll die, literally, right? So we've got the same 24 hours a day, 30 days in a month. We all have this. This is the same. What's different between me, you, or anyone that you admire is the intentionality to use ingenuity to create more opportunity and therefore have a completely different result.